back to Barbells and Beauty. I am very happy to announce a Project Pan, the birthday era Project Pan that I was invited by Shades of Cat on Instagram to do. There's a whole bunch of us ladies. I will list everybody's channels down below in the description box. Basically, the rules are, you take the decade that you were born. I'm a 70s girl. I was literally born in 1970, so I get to do the entire decade. And you pick at least 5 items that you would like to work on panning from February 2nd through August. And it just has to tie in with your birth decade. And oh, let me tell you guys, it took me forever to get my 5 items. Because I kept changing my mind. Oh, it was awful. It was terrible. And I decided to just stick with the 5. That was basically the rules. Had to be a minimum of 5, as many as you wanted, and it had to tie into something that happened in your birth month. I originally thought I would do 7 or 8, but I already have a 6 by summer project pan going on, and I don't want to overwhelm myself. I'm very new into panning, and I didn't want to get just so, oh my gosh, you know, freaked out about it that I would like completely not do it and just fall out because, you know, yeah, just because. I didn't want to overwhelm myself. So I stuck with 5. And, well, let's just get going. Okay, what was the biggest movie in the 70s? It was the #1 all-time box office for many, many years until a little thing called, you know, E.T. came along. That's right, Star Wars, A New Hope. Who was the second most irritating person in that movie? The first was Luke Skywalker. I'm sorry, he was a whiny bitch. I get why he was whiny. I wouldn't want to be a flippin' moisture farmer on some desert world with 3 or 4 sons. I totally get it. But he was a whiny bitch. But who was the second most whiny person? Or character, rather. That's right, C-3PO. What color is he? Well, he's gold. And so I picked the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow. Here we go again. This is what it looks like. As you can see, I have used it some. In fact, it's part of what I've got on my eyes today. It is such a beautiful, stunning color. Let's just, I mean, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And I just haven't used it a whole lot. And I just kind of want to get it used. Yeah, this color just kind of makes me think it's not quite this right color for C-3PO, but I just kind of don't have the right color for C-3PO. And this is close enough. You know, yeah. So, that is just so gorgeous. And with spring and summer coming up, I think I'll be using this quite a bit. This is such a stunning, stunning color. Okay, number 2. What was probably one of the biggest mini-series of all times? That's right, Roots. So, I am cheating just a little bit. I have this in my 6 by summer, but this will just make sure I get more use out of it because it's such a gorgeous palette. It's the Nubian palette by Juvia's Place. Now, I know that Kunta Kinte was not a Nubian. I know that. I don't have anything that was from his tribe in Africa. I'm sorry, I don't. This is close enough. Besides that, just look at these colors. Now my goal for this one is to hit pan in one of these shades. And again, it's mostly what I have on my eyes today. Let me zoom you in. I used the Nubian palette and then put some of that ColourPop Super Shock Shadow. And here we go again on my eyes. And it's just, this is such a gorgeous, let me get my fingers out of the way, such a gorgeous, gorgeous palette. And I'm so glad I put it in my 6 by summer because I've been using the heck out of it. My goal is to hit pan in at least one of the colors here. Okay, number 3. If the show is good enough in the 70s that they decide to redo it in the 2000 teens, it's gonna be a good show. And I'm talking Hawaii Five-0. Now, I was a little bit like, well, I don't want to use blue for the ocean because I don't want to look like Mimi from the Drew Carey show. And I just decided to use this, the Brazilian Boom Boom Cream by Sol de Janeiro. This is how much, whoops, let me get the little thingy off here. I got this a while back and I have dug into it some. Let's see, you can see I've dug into it some. But the color just smells like, I've been to Hawaii a couple times and it just smells amazing. And I really think I just love the scent. I just need to make myself use it more because I've got like so many other things that I'm using. And it just kind of smells a little coconutty and, you know, it just smells really good. And I just want to get this used up. And it kind of made me think of, you know, Hawaii 5-0. Da, 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 da. Yes, I'm a weirdo, I know. Okay, number 4. What was the TV show that was probably one of the biggest TV shows of all times? And granted, it ended in the 80s with the biggest series finale ever. That's right, MASH. Started with a movie in the 70s, went into a TV show in the 70s, finally ended in the very early 80s. What are the 2 colors that you think of when you think of MASH? Well, blood red, and I don't have a lot of blood red, I'm sorry, and army green. And so for that, I picked the Makeup Geek single shadow called Jester. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. It's gorgeous. Let me swatch it for you. Catch up, camera. There we go. Let me get it swatched here for you. Look at that. Kind of an army green, don't you think? I have used this just a couple times. Oh man, that would look pretty with the Makeup Geek, or the Super... It would look pretty with the Super Shock Shadow, wouldn't it? I might have to do that. And I want to get this used. I don't know if I'll be able to actually hit pan on it, but I want to just use it. I want to get it more used. Because most of my project pans that I've got, it's just, I want to use what I've got. I've got so much, and I just need to make myself use it instead of just constantly doing the buy more, buy more, buy more, buy more. I want to actually use what I've got. And the project pans that I'm now doing, I've got 2, woohoo, is just using what I've got. That's my main goal. Okay, number 5. What was one of the biggest musicals ever? Other than probably Sound of Music probably is bigger. But for the 70s, this was the musical. Grease. And what did most of us little girls want to be when we were watching Grease for the first time? I remember I watched it for the first time when I was like 8 or 9. That's right, I wanted to be a pink lady. When I was a little girl, I just thought Rizzo was the coolest thing ever. Then in my teen years, I was kind of like, God, she's kind of a bitch. And now I'm kind of like, you know what, she's doing her own thing and she's living her life and she doesn't care what society thinks. So, yeah. And it's what I've got on my lips today. It makes me think of it. It is this ColourPop, whoops, get it so you can see it, metallic lip. This is in Varsity Blues. Again, it ties right into Grease because what does Danny try to do to impress Sandy? He joins the varsity team. I mean, really. He gets his letter. He's a varsity player. Yeah, I mean, this is such... It's what I've got on my lips today, but it is... Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And I've had this for a little while. I don't even know how long I've had it. I mean, look at that. That is just pretty. And I've barely used it because I have a tendency to get into a rut. And I have a tendency to use the same like 2 lip products over and over and over and over. And I don't experiment with anything other than the like kind of the weird mauve-y kind of color that I wear all the flippin' time. So this is going to make me use something else. Use something with a little pop of color. And let me zoom you in. I love this color. Not sure it goes with this eye look, but I don't care. I love this color. It's such a pretty color of pink. So there you have it. That is my birthday era project pan, 70s style. I'm super excited to do this. I am so happy Shades of Cat invited me to do this because I'm just tipping my toes into project panning, and having some other ladies kind of behind me urging me along is going to help. Yeah, oh, I'm not, this is going to be a beautiful combination this spring. I will see myself wearing that quite a bit this spring, I have a feeling. I will list everybody's names down below, their channels. Please consider checking them out. Super excited to do this. I will be doing updates a few times during the course of my project pan. And so with that, I'm just going to say peace, love, and take care of yourself. That's the nurse's orders. Bye-bye.